Hey, it's us once again. Me, JT,
Me, Mike B.
and it's us.
Then we about to go into a like.
Oh no, that's it.
You remember that episode? I think I posted it as a blooper.
Oh,
It was
my,
like
the blooper. Yeah.
10 minutes of you saying we're here once again.
Well, yeah, I think you took that away.
I took it out of the show because we was going all the way wrong.
I had to come up with something else, but you wasn't helping.
Hey, I couldn't.
You went. Yeah.
I was laughing too hard. I couldn't believe it. But we're here.
Yeah, see?
I did that for you.
I don't know.
I did that for you.
It felt good, didn't it?
No.
Yeah, it did. But anyway, we still talking about discrimination, racism, police brutality in America. We did talk about Garner, Eric Garner, right? Did we our last episode? We did, didn't we?
I want to say we did.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, we did.
Okay.
But we ain't breaking the news, so I'm pretty sure you guys
already know.
I already know what.
Somebody like, what
That's why people in the street
tell me something.
Something was up.
Mm-hmm. Waiting on us.
Yeah. I ain't watching no news. I'm waiting on my quick episode.
Yeah, we appreciate the support.
There's some new news that I just so happen to find, and it is very interesting, Mike B. And I had to have the paper because I wanted to read it because I wouldn't have been able to
remember.
I could have remembered it, but I don't think I probably would have voiced it as clearly as they did on here.
Oh, okay.
And it sounds good. But anyway, my source is a free thought project. Free thought.
Yeah,
I like free thought.
Free thought.
Free thought. And I checked their website. They do this on the regular.
Seems pretty reputable, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
What is it about? It's about Eric Garner.
Yes, Eric Garner, and they saying Eric Garner's death was a retaliation of. See how you looking at me? Let me read it because if I would have told you this right off, you probably still would have that look. Let me see. They interviewed what started this off. They interviewed his stepfather. I think his name is Benjamin Carr.
Okay.
About a week ago.
I'm okay.
I'm about to.
You was going with me.
Anyway, they interviewed him, and he had a different. I ain't gonna say twist, but he's saying you're still in it, huh?
I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm sorry.
Okay. And the thing is, he's saying, let me read, because I'm about to go on my little anything. And it said, in the interview, Carl tells us that police didn't show up that day because Garner broke up a fight or sold loosely cigarettes. They were there because police had a history of harassing Garner. So this wasn't, the first time. The stepfather explains that the police had actually stolen money from Garner, who subsequently planned to file charges against the NYPD for his theft. And it says police were there that day. Carl says not to shake Garner down for selling smokes, but to retaliate against him for filing charges against him. And then they asked, the interviewer asked Carr, the stepfather, if he thinks the police singled out Garner because he was black. He said, I wouldn't really say he was killed because he was black or a black man. It's due to the fact that they stole money from him and refused to give him his money. And he filed charges against them. This is why they had a vendetta against him. Let me go on, because it seems like it opens up like extra shit. They go on. And it says they try to free throw this little R in thought is making its way, ain't it? But they try to, you know, contact NYPD.
Who, when you say they?
The Freak Thought. My source.
The website, okay.
I'll say that, my source. It ain't happening. It ain't happening at all.
You got some new teeth, brother. What's up? Shoot. We could have waited another few minutes for you to adjust. You gonna pull a Mama D on us in a minute?
But anyway, they tried to contact them, the Staten Island police, and they ignored their calls. They, you know, either they got hung up on, or it was just a long hold, and so they let that bucket. And then it says, however, we did confirm with a member of Garner's family that Eric Garner was frequently harassed by the officers. And then it says it goes much deeper than money. Garner was actually being sexually assaulted by them. And that's the look what you got to read it on multiple occasions, according to the source. And it says, of course, by the police. And the reason is, it said, Officer Daniel Pantaleo, I guess, is that the one? He's one of the officers. It says the man who was responsible for Garner's death has been sued 3 times for violating the constitutional rights of other black males in the area by performing strip searches and fondling the genitalia of the victims. So I mean, this is in the books. You know that he's done this before, and it says some in the public view. And so he's almost humiliating these guys, you know, doing these strip searches. You know, like, I don't know if he likes that shit or just he's just an asshole, an extra asshole. I don't know. And then it says the most recent of these lawsuits was just filed in November, and it comes from a guy named Kenneth Collins, who says the lawsuit that he was subjected to a degrading search of his private parts and genitals by the defendant. And it says the NYPD paid out a settlement last year to 2 men who sued the city because Pantaleo forced them to strip naked in public as he touched and searched their genital areas or stood by while this was done in their presence. And then it says another lawsuit by a victim named Ryland Walker was charged with marijuana possession and underwent similar rights violations by Pantaleo, the same guy. The charges were dismissed against Walker, and the case sealed on a motion from prosecutors. His lawsuit against the NYPD stated that Walker was committing no crime at the time and was not acting in a suspicious manner. So it seemed like he was I don't know if he gets off on this or not. And then the defense lawyer said, to put it mildly, many police in Staten Island have been playing fast, loose, and violently with the public they seem to have forgotten they are sworn to protect. After litigating about 200 of these civil rights matters in the Eastern or Southern Districts of New York since 1977, I have seen no interest by the managers of the New York City Police Department or anyone employed by the City of New York in doing anything to stop this. Go ahead.
No, this sounds so far-fetched. I mean, I'm not saying it's not the truth, but it just sounds so crazy.
They got documents to back it up.
And which, I mean, I can't, like the old folks say, I can't fute that. I can't fute that. But it just, like, how's this man still working? Especially if they've paid out 2 lawsuits based on...
and then they sealed the records. They didn't, you know, and they said that the man wasn't doing anything wrong. I think they were covering up for Pantaleo. But at some point, like he
becomes
a liability.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now he's killed somebody.
Maybe he opens up another bag of worms that they don't want to know, so they keep him on. So he won't be a whistleblower. So the stepdad is saying actually what really they were there because they were mad he filed a lawsuit against them because they were stealing money from him. And
now was it money they were taking money for him from his loose cigarette sales or something?
I don't know why they were taking money from him, but
But
they saying
you said the sexual harassment. I mean,
dude like fondling balls.
That's what it sounds like.
I don't know. It seems like somebody that get off on doing that when you do that. Cause if I'm a policeman, me fondling your balls ain't part of my routine. and searching somebody.
You know, if it get to the point where we got to search your ass, I think we take you down to the station and let some body searchers search your ass.
Not on the curb at 3rd Street. In front of a stop sign. Spread your legs.
No, strip butt naked first.
You know
no, that don't make no sense.
You know,
this is crazy.
Yeah, you know.
And doesn't he still have a job?
According, you know, he got off.
But he could have been like Darren Wilson also got off, you know, but he decided to take all the money he got from the case.
I took my money and was gone. Hey, I would have did that. I would moved to Australia. God damn it, y'all ain't gotta see me no more.
Is that a place to go?
Australia is a cool, chill place to, you know.
I did not know.
Other than what's going on right now.
What's
ain't Australia and like didn't they have like a shooting like this past week?
Hey, don't give me the line.
Plug in, Mike.
You sound like you unplugged too.
No, I'm more plugged in. At least half my bill is paid. Your energy bill all the way off.
Hey,
but you know that's crazy.
Yes.
When it's like.
So we out here thinking that
we protest.
He got killed because he was black, and they just trying to shut him up because
because you know they dirty cops. Yeah, they didn't want their shit out in the street. Even the stepdad said I don't really because they strong arm other people, you know, and so he said I don't think they targeted him just because he was black because this has been an ongoing thing. He's been harassed. He got lost. But
then you mentioned that the 2 lawsuits that were settled were 2 black men.
I don't think they said. They just said victims.
I thought you mentioned like 2 other black men during your story.
I didn't say they were 2 other black men.
Well,
but I mean they were other people.
Yeah, but somewhere in this story, it may not have been those people, but you mentioned 2 other black men. And
I mean, hey, I wasn't listening to myself. I was reading, so you know, you may have gained more of just listening than reading. You know, I was just reading for reading's sake. But you know,
it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it can be black. We gonna say they black, might be just for you. So, hey, 2 other black men, and but they, you know, one of them, the last one, said that you know it got suppressed, and you know he wasn't charged with anything,
right?
And so it seemed like they were just and that goes, to, you know, that lets me know that you know they seemed like they were really harassing them for something.
Right, because when the situation first happened, that was a story that I found out. And they were saying like he said he was fed up, like y'all not gonna do this to me no more because they had been repeatedly doing this to him. Yeah, I didn't know it was like they had been doing sexual or whatever and taking his money. I didn't know all of that. But
he didn't want his balls touched that day,
and I don't blame him. Too bad he lost his life. You know, people say just do what the police say.
Let him touch your balls. Just let him do. You know, but I guess once you file a lawsuit, you know, I guess enough is enough by then. You know, you're tired of the shit, and you won't. But
they came back,
and they came back, and they said it was that little vendetta that he got because you know he filed a lawsuit, and now you know some of the truth is gonna come out on Pantaleo.
Who knows?
So you know, I hope, but you know, hey. Where does the protest go after this story?
This was like today's news, but I mean, it still needs to be said that Black Lives Matter.
Oh yes.
And it still needs to be said that this guy killed this young man. You know, almost. You want to say in cold blood? Well, I mean, but it wasn't his intention to kill him. But the
man came behind him and and just.
You
go to sleep forever, nigga. You know, yes. I don't know how how safe you trying to be when you're choking the life out of somebody.
And then to say that, it was partly your fault because you was big and you had health problems that you died.
But the thing was, he wasn't even fighting them. That's the thing.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta choke people out, evidently. And then you gotta make sure that you're healthy enough to withstand.
I'm pretty sure they got
a good
tasers.
choke. We ain't gonna even talk about that no more. Maybe they had to leave him back at the office for some reason.
That's like,
but if you got a vendetta against somebody, you ain't gonna go and threaten them with a taser. You gonna bring your peace. I'm saying if the police officers were actually trying to teach them a lesson or tell them something, they ain't finna come with no.
Say good because we say bring your peace. I'm like, they didn't bring no peace. When you say that, I'm like. I'm looking.
Not on we shall overcome.
Yeah, okay, it's good.
I'm talking about
he's talking about and bringing his peace. I'm like,
he said, they peaceful about that.
But hey, man, it's it's just something just extra.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been fed somewhat little bit different what's going on. Black Lives Matter type deal. We thinking it's a racial, which it might be.
Yeah,
it might be more. But it has a little bit more to just being a racial issue.
Yeah, okay, I can see there's more to it. But in my opinion, I don't think this will affect the protests at all.
No, wow, it's full force now.
Yeah, which it should be. And it's good to see, like I said, and I keep saying, it's good to see more people of different nationalities coming out.
We on the warpath
in
now.
Support.
You can't flunk a black kid without protest now. Some kid do the second grade over. We doing a national protest.
We knocking on doors.
So you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's enlightening to find out more information. And, I'm glad more truth is coming out, so we can once we know that we can go further.
But I mean, I don't know. I feel like this is still alleged because I don't know for myself.
You never know for yourself, nigga. You weren't there. You gotta go off of this. I don't know unless Jesus come down and give you a word himself.
He's no whisperer.
No, not your ear. He don't come into you. But anyway, folks, that's all I got, man. It was just it was just interesting to read that and see how something.
You don't think Jesus like me?
He like me.
He don't visit.
He don't whisper a word in your ear. Jesus love all the little children.
All right, go ahead, proceed.
That's it, folks. I just
he don't talk to you. He don't whisper to you. He don't even know you. He used to. He done forgot your address.
I'm telling you, hear me knocking. Let me in.
Oh man.
That's it. I just want to tell you guys that if some of you have read that in the past week or so, give us some comments about it. If you heard about the story. If you haven't, if it's contrary to what I said, give me some extra truth. You have anything else maybe? Say a scripture just to let Jesus know you're listening. It's your time to sing a song. It's testimony service.
The doors of the church is open.
It's now? Open, like me. It's open.
This guy.
Well, I guess he has nothing else to say, folks. Till next time.